There's still a lot of Satanists who believe that in order to accomplish a spell or a working or whatever, that they have to have a full ritual with the incense, you know, your altar, your black candles and everything. And that's not the case. Some spells, like if it's a really major working, where you're working at a specific time with planetary energies and the moon, phases of the moon and everything, and when the energies are at their most powerful, to connect with them and direct them. Magic, as we call it, is in the mind and the soul. The time you spend in meditation on a daily basis, empowering your soul, empowering your chakras, invoking energy, invoking the elements, and working on transforming your soul, and working on your powers. That's where it's at. Because you're going to find, as you advance in Satanism, day-to-day problems, okay? Satan and his demons, they give us a hand up when we're new, and they'll help us. But as we get powerful on our own, we're expected to handle our own problems. Say, for instance, you need money. Well, there's some people that'll do a full ritual. I myself don't do rituals anymore. I have my own personal reasons that actually don't have anything to do with anything spiritual. It's living in a madhouse and that. When I want something, I'll go into a meditative state, and I'll focus on what I want, and raise the energy, invoke the energy for it, and put the energy into it, and program that energy. This can do with healing. I've healed others. And healing basically is where you invoke energy. You use your own energy. Of course, you can get plenty depleted. It depends on the situation. A lot of times you don't want to use your own energy because you can connect directly with that illness and it could back up into your energy. So you got to watch it. The healing that I've done, I've used my own energy because it wasn't, basically I've healed a couple of my pets that were next to death. I was very surprised and pleased that they survived and they're fine now. The healing energy comes out the hand chakras, and it can also come out where you focus your mind, where you focus a very powerful white gold aura, just as bright as the sun, upon the sick one. And you program that energy, that's healthy, healing, protective energy, and that sick one is going to be fine. And Father Satan helped me heal a pet that was next to death that I was very worried about, and at that time I didn't have the money to take her to the vet. And he stood behind me and he put his hands on my shoulders because I was very upset, and he told me anytime I have a problem to come directly to him if I can't handle something. And I've done that, but I always try to handle what I can on my own. But I was very upset because she was very next to death, and he told me to put much more energy into her than I had intended. He said basically how I did it is I breathed the energy in and I exhaled the energy into her aura, visualizing it as bright as the sun. And in cases where there's extreme sickness, you're going to see gray, you're going to see dark colors. You need to ignore that. You need to have a strength of will and the strength of purpose, and put that energy into the sick one. And after I did this, he kept telling me to go on. You need to do more. You need to do like as many as 200 breaths of it. She survived. And you have to have faith. I remember I was so upset I started to cry. And he said to me, don't cry. He said, because your crying shows a lack of faith. He says, know that she'll be fine. And she did. She pulled through. I've also had other situations, just everyday magic, okay, where, maybe you're dealing with somebody And the public just, waiting on your whatever, it's just a total asshole. And obviously you're not going to pull out some altar and light some candles over something like that. I just got angry and I expanded my aura. And this person felt it. You just blow out the aura. Oh, they'll feel it. You start radiating it. And this person, they changed their attitude with me. Say you need money. You don't have to do a ritual for that. Just go sit in your backyard and breathe in energy from the sun. And program it. You have to program energy. You can't just sit there and breathe it in. It's not going to, it might make you feel good for a while, but you need to program it. What do you want it to do? Energy doesn't have a mind of its own. You have to tell it what you want it to do. Same thing, white, black, gray magic, whatever. You have to program it and tell it what you want it to do. And the whole bottom line is, your powers are in your mind and your soul. Okay, and not reciting some so mote it be or whatever over an altar, unless it's something really, really major that you've worked up for. And we need to remember that. And the more we use our minds, the more powerful we become. The more we use our powers, it's like a muscle. Learn to use it every day. Handle your own problems. Build self-confidence. And I can't tell you how great it feels to know that you can heal. I've healed 2 other people as well. They weren't near death by any manner of means, but I healed them from illnesses. And I did this on my own by working with their chakras. And it's such a wonderful thing to where you can see and experience your own power, and you know that you're not a slave anymore to the system because you've got power of your own. Use your powers. Meditate. Don't let the enemy distract you. Hail Satan.